Hello, welcome. You're watching Business Today. This is Aastha Chopra. Today, again, we are here to present you with Hurun's list, and this time, Hurun's list has partnered with Barclays Private Bank. Thank you so much. We have two gentlemen here joining us. This is Nitin Singh, who is the head of Barclays Private Bank, and as usual, we are speaking again to Mr. Anas for Hurun India. Thank you so much, gentlemen, for joining us. It's been a privilege to be here again for the list. I want to start with you. Why this partnership, and what is the objective behind this list? Can you just give us some takeaways?
Well, thank you so much for having me here. And I think two things. Firstly, this is the second year of the partnership. So Anas and I sat down last year to really decide what is it that we should be focusing on, and we realized that one of the pieces that nobody's really talked about has been the impact that multi-generational family businesses have left on India's legacy. And actually a lot of work happened last year in terms of coming out with the first list, which had 200 names, and it was very, very interesting and surprising, because what we realized was that India's cultural fiber, social fiber, as well as economic fiber, to a large extent has been made up of families that have been here for multi-generations. And we in Barclays especially felt a lot of connect with it, because we are a 330-year-old firm. We've been in India for 30 years, and we've had the distinct privilege of having worked with a lot of these names. So we just thought that it made sense for us to be able to shine a spotlight on the contribution that they've made to India's fabric, and more importantly, the continuing contribution that they're continuing to make.
So one of your more takeaways, what you like the most in the list?
I think what I like most on the list is very interesting. We have businesses that have been around for 6 generations, which is quite amazing. They've been longer than the creation of India as a country, yes, per se, as an independent country. And I think the second piece that I really enjoy about the list is the kind of value creation that they've created for India, right? The value creation that has been driven over the years, and I've in fact forgotten the number because it's so large, but it's amazing about how not only have these businesses grown rich, but they've also created a significant amount of economic well-being for the larger masses in India.
Well, absolutely, it was amazing. Coming to you for the numbers as well, can you just shed a light on the trends we have seen on this list and your key takeaways?
Thank you for the opportunity. Yeah, thank you for the opportunity. I think the one important number is that we've increased the size of the list by 100. So it's about the size of the list is 300 now. Secondly, the overall numbers have grown. If you look at the top 200 in the Barclays Private Clients who are in India Family Business List 300, the top 200, the threshold to enter has gone up by 70%, right? It's compared to last year in 1 year. And if you look at top 50, to enter the top 50 is getting really hard now in the list. So that's the number has gone up by 30%. To one family needs to have generated value to the tune of rupees 50,000 crores to be in the top 50 in the Barclays Private Clients Hurun India list. The top 10 has gone up by 18,000 crores. To enter the top 10, the threshold has gone up by 20,000 crores, right? So that is quite an interesting trend, I thought, in terms of overall value creation. Another interesting trend is, with all these global uncertainties and everything, one might think, how is the family business doing? In fact, the 3/4 of the list has increased in value in 1 year. So that's quite interesting, we thought. And then 72 of the top 300 family businesses are run by professional managers. Shows how institutionalized the whole the family business setup in India is coming to. So overall, it's all looking very positive. I think Nitin can possibly add a few points here. Another spotlight that needs to be spoken about is the more and more interest in global private equity fund houses and Indian families. You have Haldiram's acquisition, minority stake sale, or be it the investment into Merrill Life Science in Gujarat, or be it the Theobram acquisition. So if you look at it overall, it's a lot of action here compared to any other sort of genre of businesses in India. So that's why the list is very exciting. It's possibly one of my top of 3 list that's come from House of Hurun. So.
Well, you're absolutely right. Talking about acquisitions also, last time also we spoke, this was a major factor in this. You want to add something here, Nitin?
Well, one of the interesting points in this list is, and we were talking about this earlier, the top five family businesses in size are actually equal to the GDP of Singapore, which is to say a lot. And I think the other one, and which is the point that I was mentioning earlier, is that the businesses have done well, and not only have they grown in terms of size and profit, but also in the tax base. And the families on the list put together contribute roughly about 7,100 crores of tax to the country every day. So it's a very interesting list. The dynamics of this list are very interesting. I mean, we were just talking about the globality of the businesses. I mean, roughly about about 240 odd names within this list have a decent amount of exports within their businesses. And roughly about 10% of this list have actually patriarchs or patriarchs actually who are based overseas. So therefore, the list is truly global, with the only thing being their focus on India in terms of as both an investment destination and growing their businesses.
Well, if you put it like that, that's a very good pace of number. So can you let me know what are the segments we are seeing growth? Has it changed? Is it stable? It is evolving?
One headline is that the companies featured in the Barclays Private Clients Hurun India family business list, they are the manufacturing backbone of India. So the top three sectors in the list are, the number one is industrial products, the second is automobile and auto components, and third is chemicals. And all of them have increased in value. And they essentially are the manufacturing backbone. So if we are dreaming about building a Make in India, Atmanirbhar Bharat, and the family businesses featured in the Barclays Private Clients in India are absolutely on the forefront, leading this vision of the Prime Minister.
Well, that was well said. Also, before I let you go, before you raise the curtains, I want to know from both of you, what are your expectations in the future? What do you expect, and what are you hoping for actually?
Well, I think the first point is very clear, which is the fact that the growth of India is fully linked to a large extent to this list. So whilst we talk about a lot of new age businesses, we talk about first generation entrepreneurs, and of course that cannot be ignored, because there's a lot of growth happening there. But this is the foundation of what has made India truly great, and I'm hoping that it becomes that we are forced to having to expand this list every year. We worked with 200 last year. We had to make it 300 this year just to look at the contribution. One of the points that Anas just made was that that the bar to get into the first 200 became 70% higher, right? And I'm hoping that keeps increasing, because that really leads to how India grows. And I think the second piece that I'm hoping for is that as these businesses become more and more mature, one of the interesting trends is that roughly about 70 to 100 of these businesses actually have dedicated family offices. So not only are they investing in their own businesses and helping grow, but they're also really leading to a larger financialization and larger growth in terms of opportunities. And my hope is that trend continues, and we have a role to play in that.
I agree with everything that Nitin said. Just one point that I would like you to take away is, for the country to grow, capital plays an important role. So capital can come domestic, I'm talking about all the sectors, and capital can come from outside of India as well. So if you ask me, what is the sort of genre of business that can take the most high quality external capital from private equity fund houses, I think family businesses stand right on top. Now, if you ask me what sort of capital is required for domestic investments into high risk opportunities like startups and local opportunities, that has to be family business too, because we need patient capital, right? So that combination, that full cycle can be fulfilled through the family business. That is why this role of family businesses in taking India forward, that role is unparalleled, and that is going to be for the next 100, 200 years or so.
Well, it is rightly said, it happens only in India, the family business especially. It was lovely speaking to you. As usual, I was talking to Anas, also interesting list. It's always the pleasure to open the page and like, who is on the number one, who is on the number two. It's very interesting. It's very, very interesting to be very honest. This was lovely chatting to you as well.
Thank you very much.
Lovely. Thank you so much for giving us time, and we are hoping to see you more in future. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.